Hi, thanks for joining me here at the Underground. So, is silver disappearing? Well, in 2018 alone, we consumed a little over 1 billion ounces of silver, while at the same time we only pulled around 855 million out of the ground, creating this huge deficit gap. And as we continue forward, if these deficits continue, silver is slowly going to disappear because 60% of the silver pulled out of the ground goes to our industrial industry. And we use that silver up in our cell phones, our solar panels, electric cars, all the little tech gadgets and everything that we come out with and continue to come out with. And when those things break or they're done, they get thrown away and that silver's gone. It's gone forever. So it's not like gold where most of it gets remelted down and put back out there. We consume it, we use it up, and it's gone. And as this happens, we're creating this gap in less and less silver in the world. We have demand surging and supply shrinking. Back in 2005, the government had a little over 300 million ounces, and to keep the prices of silver down, they sold 75% of that to where they only have somewhere around 80 million ounces. Now, by them suppressing the prices, that caused the silver prices over those next few years to stay pretty low, which caused a lot of these silver companies to close their doors. It just wasn't profitable for them to stay operational. They had to seek revenue elsewhere. And the only way they're pulling out silver now is by a byproduct of other metals like zinc, lead, gold, and it's really low-grade ore. So they have to get a lot of it to actually get a nice product, and it takes more energy, it takes more manpower, it takes more work when you get lower-grade ore to produce that final product. Majestic Silver, which is a major mining company out of Canada, they own a lot of huge silver mines down in Mexico, actually had to close one of their main silver mining operations down. But even with that, they are predicting that the silver prices are going to reach triple digit by the end of 2020. Now, whether that happens or not, it's just a prediction, but for companies to be putting these predictions out there in mainstream is actually a very strong sign, because most of them are pretty hesitant about saying such a strong statement. Even the biggest silver mining company in the world reported that in the first quarter of 2019, their three biggest mines seen a decrease in production. One of them was as bad as 40% less production than what they normally pull out in a quarter. And one of the problems in the world today is everyone is so focused on oil and all these other assets. Silver is such a small industry, it easily gets overlooked. And once the big banks and big business really start paying attention to it, prices are going to go through the roof. I mean, I really think we are going to look back years from now and just be like, whoa, because how much the silver price is going to soar. And in the last 10 years, our country and the world has been pumping up all these other asset classes. And, you know, precious metals, silver especially, is one of the only ones that hasn't been getting pumped up. It's pretty much stayed where it's at. And its time's coming. So I just definitely think this is a good time for everybody to, you know, do your homework, look into it. But I definitely think it's a good time to do that and, you know, make your own judgment whether you want to get into silver or not. On top of that, I think either way, for a shift scenario, everyone should have a little stash of silver, because if we have an economic collapse and the banks close down, silver at least has value. I know that if I had a large amount of food and somebody had some silver and no food, I would definitely help them out if I could afford to, for a trade of silver, because I know that sooner or later, when things start getting back on track, whatever barter system that picks up, silver is going to have some value to it. So, yeah. But I definitely want to say, before anybody looks into getting silver for a shift situation, make sure you have your security, food, and water preps at least in a good place. Those are definitely more important than silver because you need those to survive and protect yourself. But once you start getting those and you're comfortable with where you're at, I definitely recommend getting into a little bit of silver. It's just another layer of protection. So with the silver giveaway coming up, I wanted to thank everybody for all the support. I got a lot of support out there. It was really awesome the way everybody came together and welcomed me. I noticed in the comments for the silver giveaway, a small handful of people put the silver comment down there but never subscribed. So I just wanted to remind you guys about that. Only a subscriber can win the silver in the giveaway. And even if we don't hit that 125, I'm going to draw a second person and let them win that ½ ounce just because of all the support I got here from the community. I really appreciate it. So more silver giveaways to look forward to in the future. And thank you for listening. Hit that subscribe, hit that bell, and keep prepping. Thank you. Have a good night.